Domestic tourism drive in Nigeria. Bayelsa State. Bayelsa tourism stakeholders inaugurate five-man interim executive to drive domestic tourism. Bayelsa is a southern state in Nigeria in the core Niger Delta region, between Delta State and River State. Its capital is Yenagoa. Realizing that successful tourism development depends greatly on excellent cooperation and communication among all stakeholders involved in the industry, a group of experts and stakeholders under the auspices of Bayelsa Tourism Stakeholders Association (BTSA) with members drawn from the private sector, government agencies, tourism associations, quasi-government bodies and the media have announced the setting up of a five-man interim executive to chart a new course to promote domestic tourism in the state. Domestic tourism drive in Nigeria. Bayelsa State. Bayelsa tourism stakeholders inaugurate five-man interim executive to drive domestic tourism. Bayelsa is a southern state in Nigeria in the core Niger Delta region, between Delta State and River State. Its capital is Yenagoa. Realizing that successful tourism development depends greatly on excellent cooperation and communication among all stakeholders involved in the industry, a group of experts and stakeholders under the auspices of Bayelsa Tourism Stakeholders Association (BTSA) with members drawn from the private sector, government agencies, tourism associations, quasi-government bodies and the media have announced the setting up of a five-man interim executive to chart a new course to promote domestic tourism in the state. Speaking with travel writers at the end of its inaugural meeting held at Ididi Hotel, in Iki, Yenagoa on Friday, convener of the meeting and chief executive officer of Mahogany 21st Century Concept, Mr. Enimi Amorosi emphasized the importance of stakeholders' role in achieving successful tourism development and promotion, adding that tourism, being a complex social system, needed a strong synergy among stakeholders to drive it sustainably, hence the convocation of the stakeholders meeting to articulate the forward for the industry. Mr. Amorosi said the objectives of the association were geared towards providing a formidable stakeholders platform for self-development, interchange of knowledge, experience and formal professional training, encourage and assist tourism professionals who are engaged in different fields to maintain the integrity and competence of the profession, liaise, interact and work in concert with government at the state and local government levels, including relevant agencies in order to guarantee timely and effective development of travel and tourism resources in Bayelsa State. According to the convener, the new Tourism Association intends to advance the art of travel and tourism activities in the state through research, education, information technology, and development, in addition to maintaining contacts with similar bodies worldwide with a view to promoting bilateral exchanges between Bayelsa Tourism Stakeholders Association and other such bodies and organizations outside. He pointed that the association, which intends to regulate members' activities in line with global best practices, would make such rules and regulations as may be necessary to facilitate the smooth operation of the body and to perform any other function incidental to the set objectives of the association. The high point of the inaugural meeting was the appointment of a five-man interim executive, chaired by the convener, Mr. Enimi Amorosi, Chief Operating Officer of Ididi Travels and Tours Limited, Mr. Ebeki Bina Ioro, Vice Chairman, Madam Helen Oviedum Lot, from Bayelsa State Council of Arts and Culture, Treasurer, Chairman of Travel Writers Corps of Bayelsa State Council of the Nigeria Union of Journalists NUJ, Piri Kairamo, PRO, while Mr. Tanbra Sabai from the State Tourism Development and Hotel Licensing Agency is to serve as Secretary. Those in attendance include Senior Special Assistant to Bayelsa State Governor on Tourism Development and Managing Director of Tamarks Travels and Tours Limited, Mr. Tamara Mibiabiri, President of Bayelsa Performing Musicians Association of Nigeria PAN, Prince Perez, renowned visual artist and activist, Pius Waritimi, Director General of Yenagoa Chambers of Commerce, Industries, Mines and Agriculture Yesama, Barrister Jones Warmiat Idikio and President of Ola Ibiri Oil AMD Gas Discovery Day Thanksgiving Initiative, Ivang. Narani Albert Karibo. It would be recalled that tourism stakeholders in any tourism destination include local residents, local companies, media, employees, government, environmentalists, security agencies, competitors, tourists, business associations, activists, and tourism developers, among others.